Conspiracy claims that in the 1800s, an ancestor of the Kardashians sold her soul to 4 witches.
Why is it that so many occult and magical symbols resemble so closely electronic schematics?
I sold my soul to the devil. I signed my soul to the devil. I don't even own myself no more.
What are some of the things you've seen during an exorcism? Levitation, you mentioned shape-shifting. Yeah. If you've seen it on Hollywood, I've seen it.
Let's freaking go, y'all. Welcome back to Unreal Reality, guys. Today, we'll be reacting to mysterious and creepy TikToks that have me on high alert. If anyone's new out there, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button so this video gets recommended to others. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into it.
What's up, my brother? How are you? Good. I'm Deputy Trini with the Sheriff's Office, man. What's everyone doing this evening?
Wow.
Good, man. I can't complain. Young lady, you wouldn't happen to have your ID on you, would you?
No, sir. That's my little cousin.
That's your cousin?
Yes, sir. She's
What?
16.
16?
Yes, sir.
What's your name, young lady?
Huh?
Your name?
Huh?
Your name?
My name is Brandy Lewis.
Brandy Lewis? Hey, Brandy. So, do you want to be... Here's the thing. Right, the name and the information you gave me doesn't come back to anything. So, I need you to write your full name and your birthday right on this pad of paper for me, okay? Who is that young lady to you?
It's my friend.
That's your friend.
That was his cousin.
I met her in Charlotte.
In Charlotte. How old are you? You're 37. And you're friends with a 16-year-old girl? Yeah, she gave me like 3 different names, 3 birthdays. So where were you guys headed to?
Right now?
Yeah.
Orlando.
The more he talks, the worse it sounds. This cop probably just saved this young lady's life. This right here is why routine traffic stops matter.
Here's what occult symbols really mean. First, we have the all-seeing eye, and this is found everywhere, even on our money. It's a symbol of enlightenment and knowledge, but if you look deeper, you'll find that it represents the awakening consciousness of the universe itself. The pentagram is a 5-pointed star, often associated with magic. 4 of the points represent the material elements of earth, air, fire, and water. The top represents spirit, symbolizing the power of spirit over matter. The Ouroboros is a serpent eating its own tail that symbolizes eternity and the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, and the idea that the end of one universe is the beginning of a new one. The inverted cross is usually thought to be an evil symbol, but it actually represents St. Peter's crucifixion and is really a symbol of faith. The hexagram is composed of 2 triangles pointing in opposite directions. It's a powerful symbol in occultism, representing the union of opposites and balance in the universe. Finally, the unicursal hexagram has a similar meaning, except that instead of using 2 triangles, it's drawn with a single line, transforming it from a symbol of duality to unity.
Listen, guys, once you learn this stuff, you can't really unsee it and start noticing it everywhere you go. This is what they mean when they say hidden in plain sight.
I want to tell you I apologize and I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but as far as this music stuff, I won't be doing this music stuff anymore. I started this because this was my dream, and you know, I wanted to make sure I could get me and my kids out the hood. It's always been my passion to rap. A while ago, I had signed a contract and I didn't know nothing about the business or this game out here. And just right now, I'm realizing that I signed my soul. I sold my soul to the devil. I signed my soul to the devil. I don't even own myself no more. I sold my soul to the mother devil, and I done prayed. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. You know, it's just like, I don't know if God can get me out of this, you know, and...
This artist explained that she sold her soul to the devil to become famous, but the problem is that we always hear that this or that celebrity sold their soul to the devil, but do you actually know what that really means? Many people imagine that someone literally summons the devil and signs a piece of paper, but they're wrong. It's much more specific than that, and you're about to understand why your favorite celebrities suddenly change their opinions or the way they speak after becoming famous, because they are no longer in control of their own decision. First, for a celebrity to even have the opportunity to sell their soul to the devil, they still need to have at least some talent, but that's where the worst part begins for them. When they sign their contract, they're presented with an artist contract, and that's what changes everything. This type of contract is very specific because it removes all the freedoms the artist had before. The people who now have authority over that artist can decide everything. They can ask them to change their opinions on certain topics, whether political or social. They can even ask them to change the way they dress. They control all of their action, but it doesn't stop there. To truly validate the contract, they are asked to perform perform shows and appearances that strongly resemble a demonic image. That's why today you see almost every artist doing performances dressed like the devil or something even worse. And that's also why people talk about humiliation rituals, because for the people at the top, it's entertaining to watch newcomers humiliate themselves just to make it. Write in the comments the celebrities you think have been victims of this.
It's not an actual demon, it's the industry. Sometimes success comes with a hefty price. This is the dark side of fame that no one really talks about.
Proof that Hollywood is evil.
This whole image is just totally overblown. I have the heart of a small boy. I keep it in a jar. I'm like that.
I bet you get a lot of mileage out of that one.
I have never used that line before in my entire life.
Watch the telephone cable there. You know? The one thing, too, that's interesting, though, is
that clip from an interview with author Stephen King literally sent shivers down my spine. What makes it even weirder is this is the creator of Pennywise the Clown and the It series.
Yep.
States here, It, created by Stephen King, is an ancient, shape-shifting, extraterrestrial entity from a void called the Macroverse, which feeds on human fear, particularly children. For years, people have speculated hypothetically that Hollywood is an extremely dark place. Back in the 1980s, when that interview was actually from, nobody thought anything more of that besides it being a weird joke. But looking back at a clip like that through the lens of 2026 and everything we're finding out now, it really makes you think. For entertainment purposes only, comment below with your thoughts and opinions. Am I on to something, or am I tripping this time? Wake up.
Well, there's a sentence you don't hear every day. I feel like some of these horror writers are just as unsettling as their own stories are.
At 12:50 a.m., the security alarm goes off, says there's an intruder. After playing back the footage, the homeowner was confused. What happened here?
What?
I personally watched this footage over and over again, and the only excuse I can come up with was possibly a direct energy weapon or something interdimensional.
Crazy.
You do hear a loud blast going off, and then on camera you see a shockwave begin to roll by.
Crazy.
This definitely goes down as unexplainable. Leave your thoughts below.
Creepy, right? And this isn't an isolated event. We got weird things going on in the sky everywhere. Check this one out.
I wasn't looking through the phone. Like, I was scanning the field, but I was like looking at the field, and I seen the sky do it. And I was like, what the world? And I stopped the video and I went back, and my phone caught it. I don't know what it is. It's weird for sure. I'll show you guys a video. Check it out. Tell me what you think. It's kind of weird.
Wait, what? Weird. Well, the sky flickering on and off definitely wasn't on my 2026 bingo card. I guess this is what they mean when they say glitch in the matrix.
What in the world is that? People all over Iran right now, and all over Twitter, are completely freaking out about what this might be. And we also have these weird things showing up everywhere, but we'll get to that in a minute. Which happens to be the same exact color of that thing that we just saw in Tehran. I'm gonna slow it down in just 1 minute. Some people are speculating it might be a new weapon being tested on Tehran. Or is this something else? Because in Canada, I don't know if you know, this is sped down by the way, in Canada, they're having like a complete UFO invasion over there. There's pictures from, these are all different angles of the same thing they saw on the sky, by the way. There are these UFO invasions happening everywhere in Canada, and so many people are getting videos of it. Sorry the video is so small, but apparently everyone in the comments are posting their own videos. These things are just everywhere right now. Did you know that these weird orbs, these UFOs, are showing up at the battle site everywhere? In Israel, in Iran, I mean just everywhere. So it really makes you think what we just saw at the beginning of the video. What really was that? Let me know what you think below.
I feel like clips like this are the exact reason AI was created. So whenever we see something paranormal or otherworldly, we can just blame it on AI.
What if these aliens that people keep talking about are not even aliens at all. Because this exorcist right here, named Chad Ripperger, he don't think those gray aliens are extraterrestrials at all. He think they're more of demonic. He think they're demons. Demons. And the reason he say he believed that is because he said he listened to a lot of stories where people was abducted. He said, and the same stories they told is the same things he witnessed when he was doing like an exorcist or some shit for a demonic case. He said they were one and the same. Y'all, and it could get deep at people thinking that these are fallen angels. Then you got a lot of people thinking they're in the government or they run the government. So I don't know, y'all. I need y'all thoughts down below. What do y'all think? Do y'all think these are real aliens that come from outer space, or do y'all think these are demons?
Yeah, that's a pretty disturbing way to look at alien encounters. The comparison alone is enough to give you chills. Let's hear what the priest has to say for himself, guys.
What are some of the things you've seen during an exorcism? Levitation, you had mentioned shape-shifting. Yeah, if you've seen it on Hollywood, I've seen it. Most of the cases, the thing that you're going to see the most of is morphing. That's our technical name for it. You're mentioning shape-shifting. We call it morphing, which is basically where the person changes form or shape. In the cases that you have, that's about 80 to 90% of what you're going to see. For example, the women will change, all of a sudden their facial structure changes and it looks like a man. Like a skinwalker. Yeah, exactly. There's also certain kind of complexion changes. The morphing can be everything from just all of a sudden that, women kind of look like a man. They'll change into the shape of animals. Have you personally seen this? Most of the ones that I've been knowledgeable about is what exorcists who trained me have seen, or in the cases that they've seen. So I did assist a priest in a case where anytime the priest would put his stole on the back of the person's head, the front of the person's face would just go and change into the shape of a wolf. The guys just come out. If he'd take it back off, it'd go back. With levitation, I just don't tolerate it. I've seen it. How many times have you seen it? Personally, I've only seen it twice. But that's only because I tend to see other things, like extreme forms of occult knowledge where people know stuff that there's no way this person could ever know this. Exorcists, so like if you go to Italy, there's one exorcist, he sees levitation almost all the time. Other exorcists who have done it as long as I have never even seen it. So it changes depending based upon the particular exorcist. He'll tend to see more things other than once. I've seen a lot of morphing. That's crazy. But the one I tend to see the most is occult knowledge or language, speaking languages. This guy that was possessed started speaking a form of Phoenician that had been defunct for 3,500 years. We didn't even know what he was speaking. We had to write it down phonetically, and then somebody who studies languages took a look at it and said, we think that's how this particular form of Phoenician was spoken. This kid didn't even finish high school. What are you thinking when you see levitation? I get annoyed by it, frankly. That's it? You just get annoyed? Yeah, because of the fact that usually they're doing it like the case that I had, one of them was Ball. He likes levitating. So I just don't tolerate it because he's trying to distract you and get you focusing on, well, that's kind of weird. Never seen that before. That's what he's trying to get you to do when you should be focusing on other things and just hammering him. And it's just his way to try and gain control over the particular sessions. That's why in the beginning I said those set of prayers we say before we start the formal rite to clamp down on any of that type of thing from happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really cool and spooky story, but without any type of proof, aside from, trust me, bro, that's all it is, a story. I'm one of those skeptics that really has to see it to believe it.
If you watch the news, you need to watch this video first and understand that the greatest form of mind control is repetition. This just got posted on Twitter, and it's going absolutely viral because people are remembering that, yeah, a couple corporations do own all the media. So you think you're getting this illusion of choice, like, let me put on a different channel. Listen to this.
This is a short-term disruption for the long-term gain.
Short-term pain for the long-term gain.
Short-term pain be for long-term gain.
We're going to have some short-term pain with long-term gain. Short-term pain for a long-term gain.
Some short-term pain, yes, but we've got some long-term gain. Short-term spike for a long-term gain.
Some short-term pain for American consumers. We may have to deal with that in the short term. Short-term and temporary.
Temporary, short-term pain.
It's going to suck in the short term.
Some short-term pain. Short-term pain. We have to focus on...
And you want to know why repetition is the greatest form of cognitive influence? Because it strengthens neural connections, fosters the illusory truth effect, and reduces cognitive load, making familiar information feel more reliable and credible over time. Didn't you hear George Bush? By the way, that video goes on for like 3 minutes. George Bush said something to the effect of, we gotta say it a whole bunch of times so it really sinks in. At the end of the day, all of a sudden, a lot of what everyone believes is just something they heard a lot of times. That's how easily our minds, they are very powerful, but also they have a couple different weaknesses if you're not aware of. You will be manipulated. And then read this. Repetitive behaviors and messages provide a sense of stability and comfort. You're hearing something that doesn't shake you up. It's like, yeah, I've heard this before. It's normal. But I'm sure this is nothing. The news is to make sure you're informed.
Different stations, different cities, same message. This right here is the exact reason why people say the media controls the narrative.
I've done this a few times now, and it's using a decoy. I'm sorry, a decoy. Using a decoy. It sounds so ridiculous, but it works like a double. It's fantastic. Like a Jim Carrey double. Jim Carrey double.
Well, yeah, that's amazing.
So what I do is I send him off in one direction, sucks all the press in that direction, and I can just have my day.
Whatever you want to do.
Wherever I want.
Found this video from 2011 where he literally admits to using a decoy to trick the paparazzi. He calls it the Jim Carrey double. That just sucks the press into one direction so he can just live a normal life. Now, look back to this red carpet appearance from a few years ago. How he started talking about there's no real Jim Carrey.
There's no you.
No.
We're not
Here's the
listening.
thing. It's not our world.
At the time, everyone thought he was just having a midlife crisis or getting too deep. But after seeing him admit that he uses body doubles, you have to wonder, was this actually him on the red carpet? And now everyone starts to question the most recent video of him, where he doesn't even look like him.
There you have it, folks. He uses a body double. That should clear up all the Jim Carrey drama that's currently going on. He's basically outsourcing his life, which is both creepy and fascinating at the same time.
Conspiracy claims that in the 1800s, an ancestor of the Kardashians sold her soul to 4 witches.
Listen.
The story goes like this. In exchange, every woman in the bloodline would be blessed with success, money, fame, beauty, power, the whole package. But the deal supposedly came with a catch. The catch is that any man who gets pulled into their orbit doesn't just face normal bad luck. He gets cursed. And that's why this theory keeps going viral, because people think they see a pattern that's too consistent to ignore. They point to headline after headline and say, look at what happens to the man. Lamar Odom goes from elite athlete to public chaos and near tragedy. Rob Kardashian goes from being in the spotlight to disappearing for long stretches and openly struggling.
Mental.
Scott Disick becomes successful,
Alcoholic.
but keeps getting linked to messy spirals and personal issues. Travis Scott reaches peak fame, then gets tied to one of the darkest public concert disasters of the modern era. Caitlyn Jenner's transition becomes a global spectacle, and people argue it came with intense backlash and isolation.
Sure
and
did.
then there's Kanye, one of the most talented artists of his generation, whose public unraveling became impossible to look away from. Now, obviously, real life is complicated. Fame is pressure, cameras are poison, and people self-destruct without any magic involved. But the reason this conspiracy sticks is because it feels like the same storyline repeating with different faces. Rise, enter the Kardashian world, then the fall starts. And once you believe the pattern, every new headline looks like proof. So what do you think? Are people just forcing meaning onto messy celebrity lives? Or is the pattern genuinely weird? Tell me in the comments. And subscribe for more mysteries like this.
Oh, and the list doesn't stop there, guys. There is endless men that the Kardashians have ruined. Chris Humphries, Tristan Thomas, Ray J, Harry Styles, Pete Davidson. Guys, I can go on for days.
Why is it that so many occult and magical symbols resemble so closely electronic schematics? Arthur C. Clarke famously said any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Many of the world's greatest scientists and inventors were deeply in touch with the occult, including Thomas Edison. In the 1990s, a group of researchers created the Scolay experiment, in which they received a schematic to communicate with the spirit world. They were given detailed instructions on how to build a device containing a germanium crystal that would help them communicate with the spirit world. Using this device in combination with 35mm film, the Scolay group received images that appeared to feature faces and even words in Sanskrit and Latin. Some of the researchers involved with this group included Cambridge professors. Much of the information regarding this experiment has disappeared from the internet.
So in other words, they built a device to talk to the dead and the internet erased it. What if magic is just science we're too scared to understand?
In 1995, this video would absolutely set the world on fire after it would show missing Carrie Lynn Nixon in the crowd of a New Kids on the Block concert. This story is one of the most unexplainable and creepy ones I have ever heard. So on June 22nd, 1987, the 16-year-old girl by the name of Carrie Lynn Nixon was walking to the store at about 9:30 at night, right? So there were reports seeing her walking to the store and back, but then she just never came home. The cops reported that they have absolutely no idea what happened to this girl. It was as if she vanished off of the face of the earth. So obviously this took her parents by shock, but then it came out that maybe she had been talking about wanting to live in other places. And so when they found out this, they went to the news, and eventually the police department got a tip that said, if you're looking for Carrie, look for her in Utah. The cops tell the family this, and the family takes this tip to heart. They go look in Utah. Well, while they're in this small town, they run into this lady that says, oh my gosh, I met this girl. I remember that name. So this story just keeps getting weirder and weirder and weirder. 2 years almost exactly after she goes missing, the New Kids on the Block video had released, right? While watching this video, her mom notices this weird little moment where this girl is dancing in the crowd. Crazy. And pauses it at the perfect time, and she is 100% convinced this is her daughter. It's very hard to say it's not her. They got an enhanced version of the picture, and it was said that she has 4 earrings on her right ear. The girl in that picture also has 4 earrings in her right ear. Her parents are so convinced this is her. Then a massive manhunt ensues looking for this girl. Like, they never are able to locate the girl from this video, ever. The New Kids on the Block even made a video themselves, but nothing would come from it. And for 5 years, absolutely nothing was heard. But in 1994, almost 7 years after she originally disappeared, this guy named Robert Anthony Jones would be arrested, and he would then confess to the cops that back in 1987, he had actually kidnapped Carrie, admitted to murdering her, and led the detectives to her body, which was about 2 miles away from her house where she originally disappeared. It leaves this unanswered question of, who is this girl in this video? Was that her? Did she try to go home and then meet this fate?
I don't know how anyone can see she has 4 earrings from this picture alone. Shit, I can't even tell that she has an ear from this picture. Not really much of a smoking gun, if you ask me.
What on God's green planet did this woman capture on camera? Now look in the back, you'll see a light moving around the whole time during this video. The woman said she got out of her car and heard a dog barking. She looks over and there is something across the street with a flashlight. But it's not moving like a human, it's not moving like a dog. And whenever you zoom in on whatever the hell this thing is, it gets even creepier. She seriously thinks that this thing was trying to lure her over to it. And once she goes in the house, it just scurries away. Now here it is zoomed in. At first it looks like a person walking up with a flashlight.
Right.
But then it drops down on all fours and runs over to like this little picnic table area. And this is slowed down. This thing is super fast. She thinks it's some sort of light beam, but I am not sure what this is. A lot of people are saying that it's a shapeshifter or a skinwalker, but whatever this is, it's not moving like a human being. It looks like one, but right here it's just morphing back and forth from a human to a what looks like a dog. And then after she goes in the house, this is it walking away, and it gets on all fours and runs extremely fast. What do y'all think?
I would have put all my money on this being a person with a flashlight, right up until the point that I see them drop down to all fours and run away. So, there's that.
Tried to commit suicide.
I understand, but why are you not letting me finish what I'm saying?
Sorry.
Because that alone is weird. That alone is weird. That the cameras are cut, that there's no video of it. The whole thing is weird.
Super weird.
You don't think it's weird?
Well,
you don't think it's weird that this guy, that he just finds a way to hang himself in this cage?
I thought I had that same story. I was like, the cameras are cut, the security guards are asleep.
All those things are true.
All those things are true. It's also true that the cameras went out a long time before that night. It didn't just go out that night before. Security guards fall asleep at night all the time. He attempted suicide, I believe 18 days before.
18 days before, he said that his roommate tried to kill him. Did you know that? Do you know his roommate was a cop that had killed 4 people in contract killings? His cop roommate, his cellmate, was a murderer. He was a guy who was a drug-dealing cop who had killed 4 people in contract killings. And that was his fucking jailmate. And 18 days before, he said that guy tried to kill him.
But he said that's his. Is there any
look
doubt
at
that
that
he-
guy?
Yeah.
That is his fucking cellmate. Why would you put a guy who's one of the most high-profile defendants in any case ever in a cell with a hired killer who's a giant gorilla, like this huge fucking jacked Italian guy?
But he
Why
wasn't
would-
in the cell with him that night. He was by
He
himself in the
was
cell
the
that night.
guy who 18 days before Epstein said tried to kill him.
Security guards fall asleep all the time. Like, who is this window licking? He needs to have his head checked. I agree with Joe. Nothing about this case is normal. Every single detail, every last one is just weird AF. Period.
The legend of the Bridge Man.
This is weird.
The story goes that in November 1941, during the rededication of the South Fork Bridge in British Columbia, a rift in the space-time continuum briefly opened. Out stepped a man who looked like he had just walked out of a 21st century coffee shop. In the folklore of the internet, he is known as a chrononaut, a professional time traveler who forgot the most important rule: don't stand in the front row. The evidence that fueled the myth. The legend persists because of 3 specific glitches in the reality of the photo. The modern silhouette. While every other man in the shot is a carbon copy of 1940s fashion, high-waisted trousers, stiff suits, and structured fedoras, this man wears a loose, zip-front cardigan over a graphic tee. To modernize, he looks like he's headed to a music festival. The future tech. He isn't looking at the bridge. He's looking through a compact handheld device. Legend says this wasn't a Kodak, but a digital sensor capturing data for a future archive. The Oakley progenitors. His shades feature thick wraparound frames and dark lenses. In 1941, sunglasses were mostly round aviator styles or wire-rimmed. His look like they belong on a snowboarder in the 90s. The urban mythos followers of the legend claim he wasn't just a random tourist. Some say he was a historical observer, tasked with documenting tragedies or major infrastructure shifts before they were lost to time. Others point to his smirk, a look of someone who knows exactly how the next 80 years are going to play out.
Is it a smirk?
The time-traveling hipster remains the gold standard for photographic anomalies. Even with logical explanations, the image feels like a glitch in the matrix that we were never supposed to see.
I mean, I'd say it's AI, but this is from a long time ago. Not to say that this couldn't be faked back then, but it would just be a lot harder than it is today. I don't know. What do you guys think? Time Traveler or Photoshop? Drop it down below.
This coffee is going to be available in Walmart stores in every single state of the union as of February of 2026. Now, I'm not saying every store. I'm just saying stores in every state.
No way.
They're going to have dark roast and mild roast.
Nah, really?
Chocolate turtle. It's a flavor that some people are just going to absolutely adore. All profits from the sale of this carton and all of our products go to support veterans and their families through a network of trusted partners and organizations.
No way.
Every single penny of profit. It's a damn good cause and it's damn good coffee. Let's try it together, shall we?
Nah. That's very generous of you, Tom. It's very nice of you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just call you Forrest, actually. But I just want you to understand one thing, Forrest. We didn't forget. We have a good memory.
Sure do.
Shut up! Now, I already drink Folgers and Tim Hortons, bro. We didn't really ask for this coffee.
Nope.
But you said it's in every Walmart. People are saying they're not gonna drink this coffee. And I think I know why. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Guys, go out there and get Tom Hanks coffee, bro. It must be good. Shut up! Now listen, I don't like no coffee with chocolate, actually. But I just want you to understand, Tom, this is not the right time to be doing that. Like I said, we remember still. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game I ain't got. You know what it is. Shut up! But I'll tell you one thing. If I ever go into a Walmart and I see somebody in the coffee aisle and they pick up the Tom Hanks coffee,
No, thank you. I'm good. Tom Hanks is a freaking weirdo. I don't think I'd accept anything from this guy. I'm good.
Y'all are not gonna like this. It was a Saturday night when a man decided to go caving alone.
This one's creepy, guys.
What? Just say, I don't get it, man. You need to write it down, man. Go today and write it down.
He stepped inside, breathed.
Oh, so. I mean, I'm working 6 days for the 7 days. It means that my body is not at all. Only one thing can wake me up now. I can make me up only if I get some boom boom. If I get that's why only one only boom boom got me up.
Engulfed his body, and all he could smell was rotting flesh. But he continued deeper, and as he focused into the depths in front of him, out came a sound.
Do you hear that? Sounds like, what, is that wind? I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. Do you hear that?
Just got the chills.
It stopped.
He is shocked and unable to process what is going on. He steps further. This was a mistake.
Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but... That's crazy. Don't know if that's a bird or I don't know what that is. It almost sounds like snakes, but wow.
The Vive, put it on. Oh. You when you're not a good man, you don't put this out? Not down? Now I'm going to deal with your mom now. Your mom talked to me. That's why she said she got a lot of Spanish friends.
Some weird stuff in.
She told me to count on you because you always like that.
Lines, but that is definitely creepy. I don't know what that is.
We're not sure. She told me that. Not being by herself.
So let's get out of here.
As the sound intensified, he turned around and left.
Very nice booty. Very. Your mom, she says she's going to help me out. She lied to me too? Mm-hmm. She doesn't lie to me. That's what she told me. No worry. She said she's not going to do anything for me because she wants everything for herself. She wants everything. Is that true? But okay, if it's not true, why since I told you, even tell me, yo, call somebody for me and say, yeah, I got. I don't mind, man. I want to spend. Can't spend money. I don't mind. I don't mind to spend. I don't mind to spend money. I don't like to spend. I can't spend money. No, that's all right. I know. I got my man. Tell me how much money I need. You know, I'm come over here and say let them go out together, man.
Okay. Hey.
What?
I know.
Come on. Oh, I'm coming. Give me a second. What's up? What? I'm going like this.
Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but that's crazy. Don't know if that's a bird or I don't know what that is. It almost sounds like snakes, but wow. I've heard some weird stuff in mines, but that is definitely creepy. I don't know what that is. So let's get out of here.
As the sound intensified, he turned around and left.
Smart.
And this is why they say ignorance is bliss. Because Frank had no idea how much danger he was in. Let me show you my favorite comments on his video. My Frank does not have time for silly demons. Best flashlight review of all time. Because he was doing a flashlight review. Make sure, guys, if you go into a cave alone and you hear this, turn. Because something is warning you.
110% optional, by the way, guys. Also happens to be reason 37 why you'll never find me exploring a dark cave. So that's all I got for this one. Leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Smash that like and subscribe button. Fam, the members group is open. Come join. The Instagram is live. Come join, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.